This is Jacquie. She's American, she's a woman, and we're going to talk about Valentine's Day, dating. And we have Valentine's Day decorations here. We have cushions, pillows, blankets. Valentine's Day is coming up.
Have you ever heard of the ick?
That's the term that women use, ick, which is like, suddenly like the guy does something that then it's like, and then you like can't get over it.
Yeah, like ever again.
So it's like you, but worse.
Do guys have the ick for girls? Do you guys get that?
I would say that, yeah, we get the ick, but I think we often get over it.
Really?
We can get over it. Like, for example, if she uses the bathroom and then there's like skid marks. That's kind of like ick, but then it'll be fine in a few hours.
Really? That gives you, like the ick will come, like if I see a guy in flip-flops, that's the ick. I can never recover.
Yes.
In flip-flops?
Like, yes. And then
really?
Even if he's the nicest guy, it's usually the nicest guy too who wears flip-flops.
Even at the pool?
There's no excuse for bare legs on men.
If you're at the beach or at the pool, like you shouldn't wear flip-flops or...
I don't know what you should wear, but you shouldn't wear those. There's something disgusting about them.
What about Jesus?
Oh, he's gross. The ick is something that you cannot recover from ever again. So even if it's like the nicest guy, you're like, oh, like there's something like that really bothers me now.
Do you know why the flip-flops give you the ick?
I just don't think we should ever see a man's toenails. Once I see that, there's no going back mentally.
So men should have sex with the socks on? I thought that's weird.
There's something about like the type of guy who would choose to do that. You're like, I can't go further now.
I, for example, used to wear flip-flops. I haven't done it in years, but there was a time when I moved to California.
You haven't got over the flip-flop. You've been thinking about flip-flops the whole time. I love flip-flops, so I'm also shocked about it.
Oh, no.
I love flip-flops.
They were okay in like 2005, but not anymore.
Okay, so what, boots, tennis shoes?
Boots are good.
These are okay?
Those are good.
So we get pedicures for nothing?
No, that's good, because we'll have to see your toes at some point.
I often I can even go for a walk in flip-flops. Like I just like wearing flip-flops.
Well, I don't think
then you're not sweating and you're just not...
It's like a vibe thing. You're like, oh, I don't know about that guy because he wears flip-flops.
Okay, so the flip-flop is kind of like it tells you something about something.
And I don't know what that is. Je ne sais quoi. It's that special quality. I know. You can't protect me when you're wearing flip-flops. Like gladiators had even like the gladiator straps. They could run.
So before the shoes were invented, all women were just in a constant state of ick.
I worked at an office where there was like a woman. She was a C-level executive. So she made a rule, no bare legs from the men. Like you cannot, there's an office code. You can't wear shorts. Because she was like, I never want to see a man's calf.
Okay.
And so it's very widespread. This
fucking sexist.
But so do you ever feel like a girl will do something where you just like you're never attracted to her again? Or the ick evaporates for guys?
I would say that there can be like a psychological ick, like if you kind of feel that somebody is, like you get a feel that like she's evil or there's like she's lying or like something
really?
like...
I thought guys like it when girls are mean sometimes.
Like, no. Why would you think guys like girls that are mean?
It's very strange.
I thought that's the other way around.
It is the other way. I think it's like mean people.
Because there's the weird psychology that when a man is not that interested, the woman is intrigued.
I think that it goes both ways then. Maybe that's what they mean, like guys like bitches. There's a book called Men Marry Bitches or something. And it's very like classic 90s, but I think I think it might be true. See? This girl on TikTok had a video where she saw her boyfriend's plane was flying away. And she was like, I just got the biggest ick because my boyfriend's inside this plane. And he's like helpless. And everyone was like, I totally understand that. That's
okay. I understand the psychology. Okay. So basically because women, they want a man who is like strong and independent and know what they want. But then when they're on the plane, the pilot is running it. The guy is just like... If the pilot wants to kill him, he's dead. Was that the permanent ick?
No, I think she was just like, ew, this makes me feel kind of like the ick.
Okay, so because...
And all the comments were like, oh, yeah. Yes.
So he's like vulnerable. So I kind of...
Yeah, he's vulnerable. So maybe that's where the sandals thing comes in, because it's like you can't protect me. You can't, like, if a bear comes after us, you're not going to be able to carry me and run at the same time with a flip-flop.
Unless that was the time before shoes were invented that we actually had strong feet.
I
Okay,
know,
so
like,
the
how
only
can
way
you-
to get the plane ick back is to hijack the plane.
Maybe, yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, so hey, do people go on first dates on Valentine's Day?
I think some people do.
Okay.
Like to be funny. To be like, oh, what are you doing? Do you have plans? Like,
Okay, because Valentine's Day is supposed to be for couples. So what do all the
Yeah.
single people do? Like just cry at home?
there's
or?
Galentine's Day. Galentine's Day is like the gals get together.
The gals. Okay, gals, yeah.
I think everyone can get a Valentine if they really try. You can make it like casual, but it's like an excuse to go on a date or have someone take you on a date or you take someone.
So do people like go to like nightclubs?
Oh, I think they do go to comedy shows. That's probably a really good night because of like the crowd work.
I'm
right?
actually doing a show day before Valentine's and day after, but not on the. But I'll be on the show. But it's like, do people go like on nightclubs and then it's like 2 a.m. and I hope somebody picks me?
I think so because I think Valentine's Day is on a Saturday this year, so I think the club is going to be crazy.
Unfortunately, no men like Valentine's Day. I didn't grow up with Valentine's Day. Of course, Finland, we don't have it.
Do you have anything like it?
Nope. No, like no.
We went Valentine's Day shopping today for Ismo to get a card, and he was like, "There's nothing like this Valentine's card business in Finland.
Yeah, no.
They don't have. They don't even say love."
Yeah, we don't. We have the word for love, rakkaus, rakastan, but it's like you use that like once a year. Like it's really sparingly, and it's only for couples. You don't throw it around like Americans. Like, oh, I love this burger and I love this cushion. Nobody in Finland loves cushions.
Like, I love the meal you made me.
Yeah, no.
Really?
I like it. It's good.
You like it?
But you don't love it.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Are Americans just like gushy and weird?
Well, you're love bombing everything. Even the fucking McDonald's catchphrase is "I'm loving it." It's like in Finland that would be like, "What the fuck? It's a burger."
What do they say in Finland at McDonald's? Do they say, "I'm liking it"?
I think in Finland, in McDonald's, people say that like, "Oh, this fucking American fuck," but I'm having it. This will do.
This will do.
Yeah, it's the only thing open.
Wow. I mean, maybe you guys don't need to love everything because everything's so good, and it's like the baseline is already like great. We're suffering over here, so when we love something, it's like obvious.
Analyzing the culture, it's hard to say in one because there's good and bad sides. Like it was so mind-blowing when I moved here. Like all these people who wanted to work with me, they're always like, "I love you and I adore you." Like, and I'm like, nobody has said that except my mom. Like, what the fuck?
My God.
Like, it was really weird. I would say the everyday Finnish person would find American this love bombing thing like superficial and cheesy and kind of not real. I think most Finnish people are emotionally like handicapped. Like we don't talk about emotions that much. We like hold them inside and like
That checks out. I have some Scandinavian blood, and I definitely feel that inside of me sometimes. The cold.
I don't know. It's just that the culture. It's like,
I don't know what it comes from, but it definitely is real. It's like the white people thing.
Maybe this relates to sauna culture because it's so hot, but you guys just sit there and you sit through it. Americans would just be complaining or commenting on it the whole time.
Oh,
you guys just have this silent sisu.
Yeah, in a sauna, we never say like, "Oh, it's too hot." That would be like a pussy. But we can be like, we can do that.
And then you pass out. There's no warning.
Yeah.
But someone died in a sauna, right? At the sauna competition.
Yeah, there was this sauna competition.
But he wasn't Finnish.
Yeah, he was Russian who died. Yeah. But that was years ago. I did a song about that. It's like a silly, dark, funny song.
Let's do Finnish Valentine's Day, receiving a gift, and then American.
Ismo, I know you're from Finland. I don't know if they do this there, but it's Valentine's Day. I wanted to give you a box of chocolates.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, chocolate is nice. I prefer licorice, but it's all right. Thanks. Okay, American now. Ooh! Oh, fuck, the decorations. That's great. Well, that's good effect.
Hey, Ismo, happy Valentine's Day. I wanted to get you this box of chocolates.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my God. For me?
Yeah.
For me? And it's heart-shaped. Oh,
Yeah, that's so cool.
Oh, this is the best day of my life. I can't
Really?
believe it. Like, I love you, I love you, I love myself, I love life, I love Jesus. Oh, this is
Chocolate.
Oh, I love. Is it chocolate?
It's chocolate, yeah.
I love chocolate, especially heart-shaped chocolate.
Right.
I'm so taken. Like, this is how can I ever repay you? This is like, I have to remember next Valentine's Day to return the favor.
Well, it's still early.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna run to the store. I'm gonna Uber Eats you some chocolates. I can share with you.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Oh, we can share. I am beyond excited. I am super beyond excited to even get this and to even open it. I probably will stop breathing and you have to call 911 because I'm so excited.
Didn't know you'd be so excited.
No, I'm playing an American.
Oh.
I'm like, okay,
That's
chocolate,
nice.
that's nice.
You go first.
Okay, I would say that this one is probably good.
It looks like it has nuts in it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just go for this one. I don't know. This is gonna be mystery. Oh, this is the one I didn't want. It has like a pink inside. It's like a berry.
Well, that's Valentine's pink. Have another one.
I guess I'll do this one. This you can't go wrong. Oh, okay.
If you're on a first date with somebody,
Okay.
what are you thinking? Like, what's going through your mind during the date?
I'm not like judging. It's so easy to judge like every move. Hopefully you're not even thinking too much because you're just talking, right?
Yeah.
And getting along. But then you're like, is he an alcoholic? That's one thought.
Do you have like questions from 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 that like you want to find the answers to? Like,
Does he seem like he's stable, like mentally too? And then maybe does he seem like he's a nice person? Like, is he a kind person? Yeah, so like you can see how they treat the waiters and stuff, and if they're like, ugh, like this ravioli sucks. But if some people do that, they're like really mean.
but I thought girls like mean guys with leather jackets who like don't give a shit.
I think sometimes they do, but they can't help it. And then it's like if they just talk about themselves the whole time, you're like, is he going to ask me any questions about me? Because that could be a red flag. There's not like a list. You just like kind of want to vet everybody to make sure that they're like not crazy and they're good. Because I'm really tall, like you kind of have to be a little crazy to hit on me like in the wild if you're not tall too. There are some crazies that come out. Like delusional. They think it'll work, but it just doesn't make any sense. I don't know if that sounds mean.
Yeah.
It does.
Women never date men that are shorter than them, I guess.
I have because I'm really tall. Like it's just the pool gets so small when it's like the girls who are short and they're like the guy has to be tall. I'm like, what about me? Like what about us over here, the tall bitches? What are we gonna do?
Women often are like it's unfair that the looks matter so much to men. Like women can think that's unfair, but it's way, way, way more unfair that the height matters to women. Because men, you can't change the height. You can change the look. You can get plastic surgery. You can lose weight.
To some extent.
You can do stuff, but the height you can't really change.
If you don't have like a good personality, that can be because you probably don't know.
I've been working on this joke also about the thing that there's the looks and there's the personality. I think personality is more important, but the looks are kind of important too. To get both in the same person is very rare.
Yeah.
It's super rare because women who look great, if they look great their whole life, they often are like a little bit arrogant. They get everything kind of easy.
Yeah, they can be mean too.
Yeah, they can be like entitled and they don't really need to be nice or listen because they kind of know that men like them anyway. So often they don't have good personality. And it's very hard to change the personality of somebody. It's almost impossible. Changing the looks is not that hard. So my suggestion is get an average looking lady and then renovate the shit out of her.
Renovate? What is this? Oh my God.
Reality.
Yeah, but that was fucked up. But yeah, you're just saying it out loud. Interesting tactic. Do guys have a list in their heads when they're on a first date that they're thinking of?
Women are looking for like, is he crazy? Is he an alcoholic? Does he give me the ick? Is he stable? Is he like being mean?
Does he have a job? Does he have a car?
For men, the question we want to get the answer to during the date is, what do I have to do to get to put my dick inside of her in the least amount of time possible? That's the question that's in our head the whole time.
When you have that in your head, are you answering her questions like with that goal in mind?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but it's not 100% true, but that would be a comedian answer, like simplified.
I feel like it's also regular person answer.
Well, it is. What a comedian would say would be like the truth, but like exaggerated. Of course, we would also want to see if there's like red flags. If somebody's going to like key your car or slash your tires or like steal your money, like of course we might think that we want to like root out if somebody's just being dishonest or a horrible person. I don't think any woman can ever understand how much men want to fuck. Like, it's just like, you can understand it in theory. Like, it's kind of like we would never understand what it feels like to give birth. Like, we can kind of read about it and try to imagine, but like, we don't know. It's kind of evolutionary because that's kind of the balance of nature. Like, the men have biologically got this huge drive just to spread the seed, and the women have the drive to kind of like root out the crazies and root out, and okay, you can do it, okay, and but no, not you. Okay, you can do it, and you can do it again now. But for women, it's like defense. For men, it's like offense. Of course, some women want to be single and just like fuck around, and that's great. That's actually that's awesome because like there's the thing called slut shaming.
Like Schlitz, the beer that they used to have.
Okay, SH and S is slut shaming. Slut shaming.
Yes, slut shaming.
It's just hard because one is S and one is sh.
Slut shaming.
That's horrible. Like I don't shame sluts. So
yeah,
I get where it comes from because like
they're
before
like,
times.
Wait, you're like a guy.
Yeah, and it's like they didn't have contraception back then, and like even though I'm so anti-slut shaming, and I wish everybody would have sex on the first date always, I still have to admit that if I see a lady and she just says that I just fucked somebody last night, it kind of turns me off.
You get the ick.
I get a little bit of the ick if I think somebody else's cum is still in there. Like I kind of that I have to admit.
Would that be an ick for you as a woman if the dude's like, oh yeah, fuck this other chick? Yeah.
Well, I feel like why would he tell me? That would be so weird.
Well, if you asked, like.
Oh, well, he should lie. I feel.
Should men lie or not?
Yes, for sure. Because to make me feel better. Like little white lies are okay. Just because don't always tell me the truth. No. I've seen guys really mess things up by being like, "Well, you wanted me to be honest," and you're like, "Don't tell me like that stuff, though." You have to protect my emotions.
What are the examples?
We want you to be like obsessed with us a little bit, a lot, a bit.
But you also want us to be indifferent.
Yeah. No, actually, probably not indifferent. But just be cool. Like, don't be like...
Okay, but like that's like, okay, you have to be obsessed with us, but also be cool and kind of...
Yeah.
That's like insane demand. Do you understand? It's a contradiction.
I think you can do it, though.
I'm sure I've done it by accident, but it's like when you say it out loud, you have to do this, and you have to be a kind bad boy, and you have to be disinterested, obsessed.
Yes.
Like... It's so contradictory.
You have to be like chivalrous. Do they have that word in Finland?
But actually talking about actual
but
knights.
It's not like, it's like, because the word for love in Finland is so crazy. It's like,
yeah. That's the word. There's two kinds of stories or movies or plays, comedy and tragedy. That's the Aristotelian theory.
Like
drama. Yeah, so there's comedy and there's tragedy. And tragedy ends when the main character dies. And comedy ends when the main character gets married. I think there's a joke. I've been thinking that there's 99% of comedy movies, the end is that they get together. Well, there's two jokes about it. The one thing is that, like, the moment you get married, your life changes from comedy to tragedy.
Okay.
Because then it's going to end when you die.
The sequel is a tragedy.
Yeah, so that's kind of by definition, because it's the definition of comedy and tragedy by the Aristotelian original thing. So even tragedies can be funny and comedies can be serious, but when they end up in marriage, they're comedies.
Yeah.
Basically. The end of the romantic comedy is getting married. And romantic comedies are like kind of made for women, and that's what women always. So basically, the woman's goal in her whole life is to get married.
Yeah.
Then when it happens, she's like, okay, I crossed the finish line, like, what the fuck? Now I'm like, what the fuck do I do now? People who have won the gold medals in the Olympics, they're like empty, like, what do I do now? What the fuck? Like, I won it, but like, it doesn't feel like much. Like, so I think that's the one reason why marriages fail so much is like, especially the women, but I'm sure many men also have the thing that they kind of really dream about. But then when they are there, it's kind of like, I want the competition. What next? Like, I didn't plan any.
You didn't think further than this.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. I got everything I wanted from life now. I'm just going to get facials and drink white wine during the day. Like, I don't fucking what.
Sounds nice.
Of course, some people have the crave for kids, so sure. But then there's like bathroom remodel. It's just like because you're bored, you have to do something.
This one tastes like a protein bar. It was during like the pandemic and I just wanted to like feel something. So I was like sober, like just not drinking. And I went on a date and the guy drank 4 glasses of wine that were like really filled to the top. I thought that was really weird because he got so hammered. Yeah. He was like in a different dimension than me at the end of the date. And I felt like that was stupid for him to do. Like in the moment I was like, and then later I was like, wait, that was kind of strange. Because I was just sitting there like, doo-doo-doo. Well, I think that he must have been like an alcoholic kind of. And he also knew the wait staff, so they were like topping him off. They were like, oh, you get extra.
So it's like his regular
his
place.
Buddies. And then you're like, what other bitches does he bring here? They probably see all of it.
Oh, yeah.
And then so you're thinking of that, and you're like, this guy, what's up with him?
Well, yeah, because that's like, I'm sure he's never been on a date where the other person doesn't have the wine with him.
Yeah,
so
I think
then he was just, oh, you're not having it. He's like, well, I guess I'm like, he couldn't have the option of, well, I'm just have a club soda. They like, they would, I'm sure he has a ritual.
It made things a little weird. Like if you're dating someone and like they don't have a car and then you're driving around, you're like, oh, little baby boy.
I definitely understand. That's like, it is very emasculating.
It's weird.
Unless he's drunk, then it's okay.
I don't know.
Because then it's like, I need a designated driver.
I guess. Yeah, if you're already together and like, yeah, but it is really weird. You're like, ugh.
Oh, that is.
Oh, yeah. Do guys think girls are high maintenance?
Some are.
I think I am.
Yeah, Americans are.
I think I am. There's a lot of products. Like, I'm delicate. I need naps. There's like energy levels. I just feel like a delicate flower.
I have some face products and.
You have like the LED face mask. That's cool.
Yeah, but I don't see that as high maintenance.
Do guys see the LED face mask on a girl and does that give you the ick? Because it is really scary.
No, I don't think so.
Because guys it's like a jump scare.
Oh yeah, if you're wearing that mask.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. You look like Michael from Halloween.
Ismo, if you were going on a date, how much thought would you put into what you're going to wear?
A little bit. Like a little thought.
Jackie, what about you?
I would be like I would be like getting a haircut, changing, like getting my nails done, spending a bunch of money on all the upkeep, and then I would spend like an hour or more getting ready.
Yeah, I would like shower. That takes 10 minutes. Brush my teeth, shave my balls. If we end up hopefully fucking on the first date.
I think girls spend a lot of time. That's why they say guys should always pay, because girls spend so much money looking like good, you know? Because it's so expensive. Because even when you went to CVS today and you had to buy scissors, he had to get like girl scissors, like from the makeup aisle. Like, and they were really expensive.
Yeah, they were like $17 for
because there's a pink tax that girls have to pay. They make things more expensive for us.
Yeah.
Bikinis are like $200, and it's such little fabric.
I'm sure somebody could make them cheaper. They just haven't figured it out. Yeah, one of the bit was like, the ending of that bit is like, that it is ultimately fair, because women have to do all that preparing stuff, and then we have to do all stuff during the date, so it's...
Well, also, like, guys will be like, no, I like it when girls don't wear as much makeup. But it takes so much makeup to wear not so much makeup, too. If you don't wear makeup, I look like a sickly Victorian boy.
Yeah, like, I believe that. I can see it.
I know. It's true.
I hate when people say they don't like makeup on women. I fucking hate those people.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
I think they are so stupid. Like, cause they don't realize that the look of not having makeup on still has makeup on.
Yes.
And it's just good makeup. And it's kind of the same where there's so many people, especially men, but women who are like, fucking plastic surgery is so stupid and it looks so ugly. You look so unnatural. Do you realize that every single Hollywood actress has done it, but they've done the good plastic surgery, so you don't notice it? Fucking idiot. Like, okay, you can take the one who overdid it, and then it's like, it looks so stupid. But what about all the others who look great? They are not natural.
It makes me feel bad for people in like the medieval times or even like the 1800s when people weren't wearing makeup like they do today because they just had to look like barefaced. Yeah, it's like, how did they date back then?
Yeah, like that's I'm proud of Finland in a way that Finland is the creator of sauna.
Yes.
So we were always like taking baths regularly. We were always in the sauna,
yeah, they're clean.
Washing ourselves. It was a hygienic culture. We gave birth in the sauna. Like it was like a thing. Because then like the one thing about like the French court, Louis XIV, whatever, like these French few hundred years ago in France, like they never took showers. They all had these big sticks. They were just scratching their wigs and because they were they never washed and they were so like unhygienic. And then there was like once a month, the whole court came to watch the king try to take a shit, and often he failed.
Wait, what do you mean? They did?
Once a month.
Once a month?
Because they're so constipated. It's just, people were so unhealthy.
Ew, wait, they really watched the king take a shit?
Yeah. Well, I've
never heard of this before.
We should Google it, but I've heard it.
Wait, that's crazy. Is that why they call it like the throne? Like when you sit on a toilet?
Yeah, probably. Maybe that guy had the throne that you have to open the throne.
That's funny.
I'm sure people still like secretly had sex in the barn.
Oh yeah, the barn. I have another ick.
Yeah?
When a guy calls themselves a nice guy.
Oh, it's like, if somebody's like, yeah, I'm a nice guy.
That's the worst red flag.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, they're not nice. They're like, there's something not good.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's something that you should never like say.
Yeah, like if you have to say it, you're like overcompensating because you're not nice.
Somebody's like, hey, this is going to make you laugh. That's always like, I always want to say like, want to bet?
Yeah, want to bet? You're like, oh, try me.
Yeah, making somebody laugh, it's like my job.
Yeah.
If somebody says, I can do your job.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think of it like that.
And then it's kind of like, well, you might like, I sometimes laugh at weird things, but sometimes I don't laugh at really funny things. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah,
well, it's kind of like, okay, if a guy is like, I'm a nice guy, is that weird if a woman is like, I'm a beautiful woman?
Yeah.
That's kind of like.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't think people should do that.
As a beautiful woman, I would like to say.
That would be crazy. Have you met people who do that?
I don't remember, at least. I don't think so. I saw some clip where somebody was like, rate yourself from 1 to 10, and all the women were like, 10, 10, 10. But that's also rating. That's mean. That's American.
How do they do the ratings? Because like a supermodel would be a 10, but it's like, or is she just like not in the categories at all because she's so beyond?
I don't know, because in Finland we don't do that. When I was young in Finland, people are like, yeah, she's an 8 or she's. I never heard.
They don't do that?
Yeah, we don't do that.
Someone once told me in college that I like started doing my makeup differently and dressing differently, and they're like, you went up like several points for me. And I was like, where was I before? That's several points? That's a lot. That makes me like a 4.
So if you...
A 4 is like, you have to be like an ogre, right?
Well, okay, I think this is a joke I've been thinking about. Like, it was new to me that rating women from like 1 to 10, like, I felt that's like wrong. Like now I'm kind of used to it because Americans just do that. But I was thinking that the joke would be like, there's something really wrong with that. Because like 1 would be like horrible and 10 would be like perfectly beautiful. And what's the halfway? What's halfway? People think 5 is halfway, but it's not. 5.5 is halfway.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
From 0 to 10, it's 5, but from 1 to 10, it's 5.5. So people think 5 is the average, but it's not.
They should make it go to 11 then.
Yeah.
Or 10.5.
And also I was thinking that like when they invented plastic surgery, we invented 11.
I know. Well, I don't know. Has anyone who got plastic surgery gone to a 10, you think? Or is it like, because plastic surgery has like a look to it.
Well, good plastic surgery doesn't have a look to it.
I guess, yeah. Now it's like really advanced.
Yeah, but then of course there's the extreme plastic surgery that's like going for the fake look.
Yeah.
And like there are some men, of course, who like that because there's lots of women who do that. And I'm not going to say if I'm one of those men.
Oh.
I won't say anything. But anyway.
Do you think that BBLs are attractive?
The butt lift?
Yeah.
I guess. I'm more of a boob guy.
Okay. But doesn't it look kind of strange when it's like the proportions are so crazy? Like it almost
looks strange.
I just bought a pair of pants that I think it was made for BBLs because it's so like round, like, and there's nothing to fill it. So I just look like this egg.
Yeah.
Like it's like, whoop. And I think they make clothes now that just fit that body type because everyone has a BBL.
Was that Kim Kardashian who made that popular?
Yeah.
That's her contribution.
It's a very dangerous surgery.
Yeah, because I get that you have implants here, but then you have to sit on your implants all your whole life.
I know. Is it implants or is it like liquid? Or
I don't know.
What is it? What kind of substance is it? Gel?
I think it's they put something there. So it's like a pouch of something. It has to be.
Yeah. Padding?
You can ask me anything about the boob surgeries, but I don't know anything about the butt surgery.
When people get boob surgery, like, is there a limit? Like, how big can you go?
There's no limit.
There's no limit. The limit does not exist.
Yeah. 10,000 cc's, it's huge.
10,000?
Yeah.
Isn't the normal, like, 300 is, like, pretty big?
Well, I would say, like, 600 is pretty big. But 10,000? But still looks natural. Like,
does it get more expensive the higher you go?
You can't go from 0 to 10,000. You have to, like...
Oh, you have to do multiple surgeries?
Well, of course, because the skin stretches.
What?
Yeah, you haven't looked into...
No, I just don't know
good.
about...
Yeah.
In Finland, are they big into giant boobs?
No, Finland, it's like... The typical Finnish mentality is judging plastic surgery for being superficial and wasting money. Somebody has surgery in Finland, they always like, you couldn't find better use for that money, like you're wasting money. Like it's kind of more like that.
They sound so like buzzkills sometimes.
Yeah.
The boob police.
Yeah.
Why don't we measure like cooking with cc's if it's liquid? These cookies need 20 cc's of milk.
Yeah, cc's is a good, like the medical, it's a medical, like, you know, doctors are like, give me 20 cc's of whatever.
Yeah.
The engine of a motorcycle is cc's.
Okay.
And boobs. But it's, you don't do ounces.
That's kind of related.
Yeah, motorcycles.
Did a motorcycle doctor guy invent breast implants? Because it's like you measure motorcycle oil.
Yeah, the engine size of like... Yeah.
I think dad bods are just fine, but it'd be so funny if they had like a mommy makeover, but like dad bod makeover. I wonder if they call it something different for guys when they get a tummy tuck. A beer belly tuck would be so funny. If you had pec implants, I would be so mad. I'd be very upset. It'd be so hard to like... Oh. I don't know. That would be an ick for me. Guys get calf implants, like... Yeah.
They can't even show the calf.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Would anybody want a calf in?
Some people have like no calves.
Yeah.
And they have to get 200 cc's. I think it's like really self-conscious for guys at the gym or something. Okay, so just the tips. These are tips for men in the dating world. Be nice, be hygienic, open the door for your lady on a date. Or, do you like these?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I've learned to do those things.
Okay. I would say pay for the first date and every other date. Ask questions. Don't talk too much about yourself.
Things like not to say.
Yeah, don't say, I'm a nice guy. Don't wear flip-flops ever. Not even in the summer. And not with shorts or pants.
What about jokes? Like if somebody's always trying to crack jokes, is that fun or no?
It is nice if the guy's actually funny.
Yeah.
That's good.
But if they're trying too hard and not...
If you're trying too hard to be funny, just don't. Well, my crypto fill in the blank, like that would be over. Or if you do crypto, don't talk about it, I feel. If you're biohacking, like maybe keep that quiet for a while. Do you biohack?
Well, I guess...
You do like peptides and stuff?
Well, I've I've looked into it. Like I'm interested in health stuff, but
yeah, I think it's just like those guys. That's I think great, but the guys who like want to live forever, that's weird. Yeah, like the guy who injects himself with his son's blood to be youthful. Like, don't do that.
Okay. I have to write that down.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, show us that you care and that you're thoughtful. Like, you know, you remember stuff that we said. If I don't like shrimp, don't order shrimp the next time we meet for me. You know what I mean? Don't talk about your ex. I think everybody should do that. or not do that. Don't talk about your wife.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and if they don't like their mom, red flag.
If somebody's always like talking shit about their exes, it's like, I think you're the problem.
I know.
If
like,
somebody
my ex was so crazy. Like, oh really? That one too? I went on a date where the guy took me to a restaurant, and he had lived in LA for so long. So I was like, oh, I wonder what restaurant he's gonna pick. And it had like paper napkins and paper or plastic forks, and I was really upset.
But was the food like wicked good?
No, it was I'm not gonna name the place, but it was dumb, and I was really upset by that.
Ladies, just a tip. Let's order food. Crickets. What should we eat? Crickets. And then we ate crickets. In Thailand, you can eat them. But ladies, just a tip. Tips for dates. From a man's perspective. Okay. Like, we love high heels. High heels, the sexiest thing. But only wear them while having sex. Like, don't walk with them. Like, if you have shoes that hurt, it's not a good date, because like then you're just like hurting the whole time. Like, don't do that. Have comfortable shoes. Yeah, don't assume that the guy is paying. I guess it's good that you do the fake reach for purse. We will, most likely we will, but don't assume it, and definitely say thank you. Because there has been in America dates where I paid and then not even a thank you. And I'm just assuming that, yeah, of course the guy's paying, like, of course. But it still should be like we're happy to do it, but don't take it for granted. And we'll try not to take it for granted that you spend hours getting manicures and fucking waxing or whatever.
It's super rude when people don't share food.
This guy I dated, he would order appetizers for himself only. It was crazy. I was like, ick. That's crazy behavior.
That was the thing I learned actually in Thailand. They thought Western people are like complete idiots because they order separate foods and don't share. So nobody can taste except their one food. Like, it's like, of course you should just order and share everything so you get a little bit of everything. That blew my mind because I've always kind of done that. But
yeah,
like always, like, let's order different things so we can like nibble on each other's stuff. So, and of course we love that you laugh at our stuff. Like, of course we love that you giggle like a girl, like a little bit. Like if there's like, if I can't make a woman laugh, it's not gonna like, yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be
horrible.
Fatal. So laugh at his jokes.
Yeah, well, of course, if it's not funny, then you don't want to date him anyway. But like,
yeah.
but don't hold back. You know what I mean? Like, if something is funny, like, acknowledge it and like.
A universal ick for a lot of people is Android.
Yeah, I know, Americans, people not for anybody else.
Hate them. It's so crazy. I have an iPhone, but I've heard a lot about my friends who have Androids who have been dating out in the wild, and they get like bullied by dating app people.
Yeah, I've heard that. Like on Tinder, you exchange numbers, and then he texts, and it's an Android text because iPhones can tell if it's an Android text, which is so bad. Like, why would you make the green bubble?
Yeah, they did that on purpose.
They did it on purpose.
I know.
Just to like fucking.
They're trying to turn us against each other.
Yeah. I should work on the compliments more. Like, I was afraid of giving compliments because I thought it's like too like. It means like, to me, if I say like, hey, I like your jacket, would be like, suck my dick. Like, in my head, it's some kind of like, so that's why I was afraid of doing that, because I felt that it's like too obvious that if I say, oh, you have a nice whatever thing, I'm like, well, now I'm just trying to like, get into your pants.
So when a girl compliments you, are you like, oh my God, she wants to fuck?
Not always. I've learned that some people are just being nice, and like, especially Americans. Like, Americans are like, hey, I like your shoes and stuff. Like, Finland people don't even like. No, it's rare.
What do they do in Finland?
Well, they will say compliment their shoes if they are about to fuck.
Okay. I see.
Yeah, I guess that's because but now I've learned to do some compliments. Like, I've actually learned it, but I had to learn some of this stuff like recently, because I'm so literal thinker, which helps with jokes, but sometimes makes life hard. But I was like, if I ask for a lady, like, hey, do you want to have a cup of coffee? In my head, it sounds like, I want to fuck you. I want to fucking fuck you.
Well, I think that they sometimes mean that.
Yeah, of course we mean that. But that's why I didn't do it. Like, because I was like, that's too forward. So then it's just
I can see what you're saying.
Because that's why in Finland, like, we don't ask people out, because we just get wasted and then stumble at them on the nightclub and end up kissing by accident and then fuck drunk. Like,
that's like all of Scandinavia.
Yeah, I think that's definitely like in Eastern Europe and Northern Europe, Scandinavia. It's like, yeah, definitely.
I feel like whenever a guy asks a girl, like, do you want to just go to the taco truck? You're going to have sex, basically. They're not going to ask you to go to a taco truck unless they're, like, kind of asking you on a date. Oh, like, a friend of yours who's like, let's go to a taco truck sometime. Or like, oh, do you want to go to the taco truck today? I don't know why I keep saying taco truck, but it's literally like they are trying to have sex with you if they ask you to do anything.
They're trying to exit the friend zone via the taco truck.
And the taco truck is the
it
entryway.
Because the taco looks like a vagina?
No, I don't know why I said taco truck, but it's not because of that, no. But
or like a food truck.
Like if a guy's like, oh, we should go to that record store. He's trying to fuck.
Like that's why I was really nervous to like suggest anything, because everything that comes out of my mouth is like, I'm gonna fuck you.
This makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think if you just say like, I think girls could easily think like if you compliment them that you're hitting on them for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a thing a lot of people would think.
So that's what that's why I've been having a hard time complimenting people, because I assume that they assume that that's hitting.
Yeah.
So, and often it is, I'm sure. Men basically just want to have sex, but then we end up in relationships because we are trying to get with a woman, and like then we end up falling for her, and then we end up having a relationship, and it turns like then we sometimes get married even. But like it's not that we're like necessarily planning that I want to have a long-term relationship, I want to have marriage and kids, but it's kind of like it just happened because I just kind of started to like her more and more as time went on. So
like
that's kind of what happened.
situationship that becomes a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's basically no downsides in having sex with lots of people for men. But there can be a little downsides for women. Like there might be
slut shaming.
Yeah, that's fucking old-fashioned slut shaming. And then also like physically, it's also there's always a chance that you get murdered, I guess.
I know, the murder.
When people have sex, women excrete more oxytocin. They almost all always get a little bit of more emotions and feelings from the sex. A little bit. Not of course all, but like a little bit more. Because men can literally have sex and like forget the whole person next. Just forget it. Like just not even ever think about it again.
That's funny.
For men, it's like you can have sex so casually that it's like that's also hard to explain how casual sex can be for men.
Yeah.
It's basically like using a pocket pussy, but it just happens to have a name and a fucking pulse.
No.
On that note, let's wrap this down.
Okay, that's dark, but I have to go. Yeah, this is a Finnish way of like if I would like you to like go.
Okay,
This is a subtle way. And thank you, Jacquie. This has been so nice.
That was fun.
That was so fun.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, man. I just have one more question. What time do you think you would be home if you would leave now?
I think I'm going to get going.